Hey guys, Hella Bella, and in this video I'm going to be doing a 1-month post-op report for you guys from my breast implant exchange with a lift surgery. So I had my old implants removed, I had new implants put in. They're bigger, they're better, they're higher. Everything about it has gone smoothly. There's a couple things that I want to touch on that I think that you should know if you are preparing for this surgery, and some things that I guess I wasn't completely aware of that I want you to be aware of if you are leaning towards making this decision. So I got 550cc implants. They are silicone and they cost right at $7,700. That's just the frequently asked questions that I feel like I'll be getting on this video. I consider myself to be a bigger lady, I guess. I'm 5 foot and I'm 165. So I mean, I'm definitely not skinny. So when I was looking at implant sizes, I was trying to find something that matched my frame and my physique. I'm definitely built short in stature, and so I wanted everything to kind of match up in terms of the size that I chose. So in working with my surgeon, one of my main complaints was that my cleavage wasn't really there. There was more of like a gap in between my breasts. So even with my previous boob job, it definitely didn't feel like I wanted it to feel before. So in being able to kind of redo the results has really boosted my confidence. So for the first 6 weeks after surgery, they tell you not to do anything strenuous, not to lift anything over 5 pounds, not to, pick up your kids, don't pick up your animals, don't do any like crazy cleaning or anything like that. And to be honest, the resting portion of the post-op instructions has been the most difficult thing for me because I am definitely always on the go. And one of the components of my business is packaging boxes. So I've had to enlist the help of my boyfriend to kind of pick up some of my larger boxes and, drop them off for me, but he's been very helpful with that. So if you are a person who has a job that involves lifting things, you definitely want to keep in mind that this is not going to be like something that lasts for a week or two. This is actually a 6-week post-op requirement that you cannot pick up anything large. So the sleeping has been one of the more difficult things because I'm typically like a stomach or side sleeper, and the incisions were on the sides and they were of course on the front. So it was really difficult to get comfortable. The first couple of weeks, I think the first 2 weeks after my surgery, I took sleeping medicine because I was like, there's no way I'm going to sleep otherwise. So I mean, that was just something that I did to make my life a little bit easier. I knew that it was going to be impossible to recover if I did not sleep properly. So most of the soreness is gone. I will say that if I twist or if I reach my arms up right now, I can feel a little bit of the soreness, but I mean, after a month, I would expect for the most part for it to go away. I've still got like soreness around my incision sites, and I've still got a little bit just internally. I'm getting those little zaps. It's nerves and nerve tissue growing back, and all of those pathways have to connect and reconnect. So I'm really happy to report that this is probably too much information, but I feel stimulation where I'm supposed to feel stimulation. So that's really good. I was a little bit worried about that. If you're not aware, you can actually lose your nipple sensation once you have a breast augmentation. They can literally like sever the nerves, and some people's nerves just don't ever grow back the same. So I'm really happy that that did not happen. Another thing to keep in mind, I mean, that's something that you don't really think about, the risks. I know a lot of people, we take medicine and you see the list of side effects and you're like, there's no way I'm reading all this. This is gonna drive me crazy. But for breast augmentation, you can literally lose your entire nipple. Like, it can die. So the necrosis is something that's definitely a concern. I actually had to go back to my doctor because my nipple was turning like a darker bruised purple color, and so I went back like 3 days after surgery and he talked to me and said everything was fine, but I was panicking. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna fall off. So thankfully that did not happen. It definitely can happen though, so that's just something you want to keep in mind. Look into breast augmentation risks. And another thing that I would like to talk to you about is that financially, yes, it is usually under $10,000, but you need to keep in mind that like this is probably not going to be a one-time surgery. This is my second surgery for my breasts because I had it done when I was like 18. So if you have it done once, you're probably either going to have it redone or you're going to have to get them taken out at some point. So just depends on what you're financially comfortable with, but I would budget in the future for that. You don't buy you don't buy a house and then, you know, not plan on buying a roof or an HVAC unit. So don't think that you're going to redo something on your body and not have to fix it later on, because it's definitely something that you're going to have to continue spending money on as the years go by. So my incisions look a lot better. The incision sites were very, very raised at first, and they were kind of hard, and they've softened up a lot. The incisions that go down the breast have been the hardest part, like as far as the tissue goes. The top of the breast is actually feeling a lot more like natural now. When I first got out of the surgery, I was like, oh my god, what have I done? Because it felt like rocks were sitting on my chest. They were so tight. But as the muscles have relaxed, I feel like it's feeling a lot more natural. It's looking more natural, and I'm really excited to see how they look in about 6 months. So as far as how it changed like my physique, I'm looking more snatched. I don't know how else to say it. Like, my waist looks smaller. Nothing really changed, but it just because of the way things stick out more. My waist looks smaller. The curves are, you know, more proportionate, and I'm just overall more confident. So I'm really happy that I chose the size that I did. I was almost leaning towards a more conservative size. However, everyone always says they wish they would have gotten bigger, and I'm like, I don't want that regret. I don't want to live with that. I'd just rather go big or go home. So that's what I did. And honestly, they're not like huge. I think they're like D cups. So I feel like you'll be able to tell more in a swimsuit, but when I'm just like sitting home in a sports bra, you really can't tell that much of a difference. And I think that if I didn't tell anyone, that no one would probably ever really notice. So for scar cream, they actually told me to use some silicone gel or Mederma. So I got Mederma. This is Mederma Advanced Scar Gel. You can start putting it on after your incision heals. You shouldn't put it on while you still have an open wound, obviously, but once it heals, you can put it on once a day. So that's what I've been doing for scarring. And to be honest, I haven't really noticed a horrible looking scar, and I'm only 1 month post-op. So, I mean, it's very natural looking, especially around like the nipple area. It honestly looks a lot better than it did before. Everything's more symmetrical. So somehow I was miraculously able to wear the same size bra as before. It just really just fills out the whole top of it instead of just sinking down to the bottom, which, I mean, gravity happens. That's just a natural process of life. But it's so nice to be able to not have to buy a whole new wardrobe of bras, because my favorite bra, like sports bra, is the Conscious Crop from Athleta. And I'm not even gonna lie, I have like probably like $300 or $400 invested in those. So I was gonna be hella sad if I had to get rid of all of them. So I wear the D or double D size from Athleta, and I'm still able to fit that now. So that's really good, just kind of being able to stay in that same size. I do notice that shopping for clothing has gotten significantly more challenging because your breasts stick out, and so almost kind of like, you know, when you're pregnant, your belly goes out, but when you have bigger boobs, your boobs go out, and then the shirt kind of just falls a certain way. So like certain shirts just look kind of weird, and I had to go through my closet and be like, don't need that, don't need that, that looks bad now. Especially like basically say goodbye to any like form of button up that is not stretchy, because it just pops out. Like it's kind of funny, but like just know that like you might have to give that part of your wardrobe up. So in terms of the feelings, I felt that same post-op, I won't say regret, but I'll say like wariness towards like, oh my gosh, did I make the right decision? Was this a mistake? And I think that's normal. I think that's a part of having a dramatic change to your body happen within a matter of hours, because you literally go in one morning looking one way and then you go out looking another way. So having to kind of wrestle with that mentally, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just shoved it down. I was like, I'm not gonna allow myself to believe that. I can't go down that rabbit hole of thinking like, well, what if I did something wrong or whatever? Like, honestly, the feeling has already gone away. I think most of it was because of the pain, and also because of how different it was looking because it was so swelled up. Now that they're not swelled, they look so much better. So another thing that I've noticed is that I had a ruptured implant, and the implant was basically like leaking into my body, and since I've got that implant out, I have felt so much better. I know there's a lot of people who talk about breast implant illness, and obviously you should not have foreign objects just seeping into your body. So since I've had the surgery, I literally have seen my like energy level improve, my mood improve, and I've felt ultimately felt like way more motivated to exercise. I've gone to the gym like several times this month, and we are those people who get the gym membership and then never go. So being able to say that I've like consistently been going to the gym is kind of like a really big benchmark for me, because it lets me know that I am feeling a lot better than I was. So in terms of my physique, being 165, I feel like if I lose weight, I still have a lot of room to lose weight and have these look natural. Ultimately, I think my goal weight would be closer to 145 or 150, but a year ago I was like 185, I think. So, I mean, I've lost, gosh, like probably right at 20 pounds in the last year and a half or so, and I just want to keep moving the needle. You know, it's not a quick process for me. I've been on Ozempic, I've been on Adipex, I've tried everything I know to try, and right now I'm still doing the Ozempic and I'm doing calorie counting. So I do want to continue losing weight, and I think that that will also contribute to my boobs looking better. And another thing I don't know if I told you guys in the first video was that they actually removed a lot of my breast tissue, and they went in and got the tissue that was like hanging down so that the breast would sit higher. So that's something that I guess I kind of lost a little bit of myself. I also gained a little bit of silicone, so I don't know, it kind of evens out in terms of the weight, I guess. So I am seeing the surgeon again in about a month. So he wanted to see me, I think, 2 or 3 more times to kind of just see how the healing process goes. Typically, he said the only time they'll have an issue is like right here, because the way that the incision works is it goes down and then up and then around. So basically, this area right here where the T meets, he said they'll typically have a little bit of skin here that can be resistant to grow back. So I am having like the tiniest issue, I would say maybe a centimeter of skin that's just kind of like hasn't fully healed, but at the same time it's only been a month, so I'm not too worried about it, and he said that it's completely normal. So I'm just gonna kind of ride that one out and hope that everything works out. But as far as my experience goes, my plastic surgeon was in Birmingham, Alabama, and the surgeon was good. The experience wasn't great. The office, I don't like how it's run. I don't like how having to wait excessive amount of time. Like, honestly, I don't know if it's any better anywhere else, but that was just kind of my opinion of it. So I don't know. I won't say that I have any regrets about who I used, because I feel like he did really good work. So, I mean, in terms of my results, I'm very happy with it. I just don't like how they treat the patients. I felt like felt like very rushed, and it felt awkward at times. So I do wish that, I don't know, like, why does plastic surgery have to be such a taboo subject? Like, everyone, I'm not gonna say everyone does it, but like a lot of people do it. I wish it was more talked about. I guess that's why I'm making the video, because I feel like, I honestly just like telling people you have plastic surgery, they're like, oh my God, really? And I'm like, what's the big deal? Like, you have surgery for all kind of things. Like, it's really just like I don't know, like, to me, it's like, is it really that big of a deal? Like, we're just a sack of meat ultimately. So we're gonna go back in the ground someday. So if you wanna have silicone in you, I don't see a problem with it. So the last thing I'll mention is the sports bra. I have to wear this for 6 months, which really sucks, but I'm starting to get used to it. I took the cups out of this one because I just really did not feel that it was necessary. The main reason is just to kind of keep everything fitted and keep everything tight. So this is from Walmart. I had a few that I ordered from Amazon, but they were too small. They were like 3X, and I was like, please, like, normally my t-shirt size is like a large. So those bras off Amazon, I swear they're all like, if it's from like Temu or somewhere like that, it's like 3X, 4X. It's just ridiculously small. So I am turning 30 in 2024, and knowing that I'm going into age 30 with like a brand new set of boobs is just like peak millennial success. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but like, I just feel like if I saw myself now, I'd be like, she's doing all right. She's doing good. You know, not that vanity or anything is really important. I'm actually about to do a video about my no-buy year and minimalism, which is like, I don't know, things can contradict and contrast without completely, you know, canceling each other out. It's really about your priorities and what you choose to focus on. And I just feel like if something boosts your confidence and it helps your appearance, I don't see any reason why you should not allow yourself to do it. If you have the means and you have the capability, go ahead and do what makes you happy. that is kind of my first month being post-op from a breast augmentation. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll answer the best I can. It's definitely something that I want to spread awareness about because I've never really cared what people thought about me, I guess. I just want people to know that this is something that you can do and that it's, you know, it's not crazy or it's not taboo. It's not ridiculously expensive, and the post-op recovery was not bad at all. I was back and at it in a week, and after 4 or 5 days the worst of the pain was over. So you can definitely handle it, and you can definitely look into it if it's something that you're considering. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.